Okay. Here we
There
go.
we go.
There we go. That whistle. You know what that whistle means? It's final whistle
Mm-hmm.
time on a late Saturday night of week 8, and we are here. We have been busy people making appearances. We're presence is wanted everywhere, but we are here right here and now, and we are here to celebrate. Me and Jackson have got some big celebrations, of course, with Louisville taking down Miami on a Friday night. And of course, Alabama smoking that cigar on the third Saturday in October. We're going to get into all that tonight, and we're going to talk about, of course, Penn State. How did they look with the new interim head coach? Is Indiana, did they fall? Of course, did Ohio State cover? We're going to go through all that and the Holy War, Jackson's favorite rivalry, Notre Dame SC, who won the final edition possibly for this year. Because they could be coming back. We don't know. But we're going to get into all that right here, right now, tonight. And of course, I could not do this without my Batman to my Robin, the person that makes it all go. Jackson Johnson, the Jacksonian. Jackson, how are you? And week 8 is in the
We're
books.
doing all right. Well, we're sorry about the long wait. It was like, we were appearing on this show here and there and that show. It's like we're so sorry.
We were busy people. We're sorry. We're sorry about that. We were kissing babies and signing autographs.
And smoking cigars.
Yes. And we weren't trying to leave y'all hitch. I promise. We were not leaving you all. But let's get into it, shall we, Jackson? Let's talk about these games and let's make this the fastest 30 minutes someone will ever see. East Carolina, Tulsa.
Well, friend Robin, East Carolina had a great night, but Tulsa let that Oklahoma State win go to their heads. I swear.
Yes, they did. I mean, good win for East Carolina. I mean, happy for them. They got it done. I mean, this was your typical, Thursday night game. Kind of the lower tier teams. But it was a good win. Like, it's a good win. I mean, Jackson, anything else you want to say about this before we move on?
No. Let's get to the Friday magic that happened.
Yes. So we've got 2 games here. We'll start with, of course, the winners. See, Jackson, the Louisville Cardinals got it done going down to Miami, and we took that Howard Schnellenberger trophy. Did I?
Yep, Howard Schnellenberger trophy. Yes, you did. It made Austin face freeze for a little bit. The Miami Hurricanes, like you've heard me warning a lot of people all season. And
I'm back. Go for it. I'm so excited that face freeze. Go ahead, Jackson. Go ahead.
Well, you heard me all throughout this show, all season so far, and on Pitt's analysis about Miami, expressing caution where it's like, oh, they got the big win over Notre Dame. Oh, let's pump the brakes a little bit. Oh, they dominated South Florida. Oh, they beat Florida. Oh, they smacked Florida State. And I was like, let's pump the brakes a little bit. I'm not saying I don't want to see Miami win an ACC title. That's not it. It's just Mario Cristobal tends to disappoint in games when a lot of people aren't watching. When all eyes are on Miami, they thrive. But when all eyes aren't on Miami, they fall apart. And they came up short against Louisville. I mean, throwing 4 picks, you're gonna lose. Of course, you're gonna be losing. I mean, what you think was gonna happen? Do you think you were gonna get like a, you know, a cookie? Like, no, you threw 4 interceptions, my guy. But the Louisville
Yes.
Cardinals, they always have big moments like this when they go, and especially with Jeff Brom. We've seen it at Purdue. We saw it at Western Kentucky in his first season there. Black Friday against unbeaten Marshall. They defeat the Marshall Thundering Herd when no one's watching. In 2018, we saw Purdue upset Ohio State. 2021, they beat Michigan State, and I believe they beat Iowa. 2023, we see them defeating Notre Dame on Saturday night with Chris Fowler, Kirk Herbstreit on the call. Last season, they get their first ever win against the Clemson Tigers. And now this season, they are knocking Miami off the top of the ACC for now. That's the thing about Miami is like when spotlight isn't on them, they fall apart. But Louisville,
Yes.
they thrive when a lot of people aren't expecting to. But the question is, and we'll dive deep into it for pits and analysis for week 9.
Yes.
Because I'm going to be thinking about like Louisville, Boston College. I mean, even though nobody should be thinking about Boston College, it's just something weird tends to happen to Louisville week after. But maybe this year it's
we'll
not
dive
the case.
in it.
Because like
We'll
in the
dive into
meantime,
more.
buddy, you victory lap on this game, good buddy.
Oh, yes, I'm going to. And listen, I know everyone's going to say, well, Austin, you picked Miami. I did. I'm going to be honest with you. I picked Miami. Yes. I'm going to own it. I picked Miami. Yes. Absolutely. I picked Miami. But here's the thing, though. I picked Miami, and I'll own up to it. But here's the thing, though. I always knew in my heart of hearts, deep down, I knew we could win this football game. I knew we could do it. As much as I was trying to be unbiased and make a fair pick. And you know what? Sometimes you got to be a little biased in this business. And next time, I'm going to be a little biased. I'm going to be, yes, I betrayed my own team, but I was trying to be biased. I didn't want to be called a homer. But that's okay. Because I say we, even though I wasn't on the field, but as a team, we did something not a lot of people thought could be done. We beat number 2 Miami. If you were to pick out the team that would have lost, Miami would have lost to. Louisville would have not been high on that list. You would have thought maybe Florida State or SMU, one of those teams. And I'm so very proud of this team. We could have easily folded up camp after that heartbreaking Virginia loss in overtime at home, but we didn't. Jeff Brom had his boys ready to play. And for everyone that disrespects Ron English, our defensive coordinator, and I have at times too, they need to recognize Jeff Brom and Ron English when it comes to these big games, when it comes to these big moments, they dial it up when it counts the most. I'm so proud of the guys. I'm so happy that we got this victory. And Jackson, like I was telling you, I was on cloud 9 after that victory. 4 picks. The defense is balling. This has been one of the most joyous games in my life as a Louisville fan. But nothing will beat last year. Nothing will beat last year against Clemson, though. That one was pretty special. And I needed this victory at the right time. I'm just so happy and so thankful we got it. And I'm very blessed and appreciative that Louisville got it done. And I will always love my team. But Jackson, the real question is, where does Miami go from here? Well, because Jackson, I know a lot of our chat members here who've been here since day one with us, since we began this season, have been trying to tell you Miami could win the national championship and all that. And you've always said, well, let's pump the brakes. Miami has been known. Did you expect this to happen, Jackson? Be honest with me.
I figured it was going to happen sooner. I figured it's going to happen a little later, but I'll be honest with you. When I went on Locked On West Virginia Friday night, I had this being a toss-up. I told Mountaineer Paul that I would not be surprised if Louisville pulled off the upset over Miami. I had Miami winning 28-24, but I told the viewers of Locked On West Virginia, don't be surprised if you see Louisville upsetting Miami, because Miami does not do so well when the spotlight isn't all on them.
And 1-2's asking, Austin, is your team the favorite to reach the ACC game? Be honest. No, the current favorite is Georgia Tech. They're the favorites currently because they're undefeated.
Right now, Virginia has not Virginia Tech, of course. Virginia has that head-to-head win. So it's like even if Virginia loses to North Carolina next week, you may need Virginia to lose another conference game. But as I always tell people, don't put yourself in that position where you need somebody to win or lose for you. But I will say congrats on the fine upset victory over the Miami Hurricanes.
Yes. Yes, I'm very blessed and happy, Jackson. Like I told you, I went from the highest to highs to the lowest to lows today, but we'll leave that for the off-air stuff.
It's okay, Steve. You're good. You're good, my guy. Like, you're my guy. You know, you're good. Like, no worries. Like, it's okay. It's like
we all buy into it.
You know, when a lot of people are telling me you're hating on Miami, you don't want students to see. It's like that's not true. I've been begging for a Miami Florida State ACC title game rematch for the beginning. Like, I've been wanting to see that so badly, but it's like I feel like neither one of those things are going to happen. And plus, I feel like Georgia Tech can win the ACC. Let's be honest. But that's just me. Yeah, we'll get to Georgia Tech in a little bit. But I will say,
we'll get there in a second.
Yeah, Miami, I do think they're still in the top 10 because they're Miami. But I feel like if they were Wake Forest, they would be out of the top 10. But because they're Miami, I think that they're still in that top 10 for now. I mean, that win over Notre Dame is looking better by the minute. The win over South Florida is going to look better by the minute. The win over Florida's a disaster. I mean, they only win when Billy Napier is hearing that he's going to get fired the next day. Florida State, they're trash. They're a dumpster fire. Florida State is worse than hell right now. That is what Florida State is. But there again, we'll get to Florida State in a bit.
Yes, but what a very fine win. And he said, obviously is the ACC a one bid conference? Possibly. As long as Miami doesn't trip up along the way. If Miami's one loss, then it could be a two bid. But for right now, I would say they're one bid, and that's the champion. But, Jackson, let's get to another mighty fine upset.
Tim Brando and Devin Gardner covering some Nebraska, Minnesota.
Jackson, I picked Nebraska, and they do this to me. See, Jackson, I can't trust this team. See, people rag on me. They're like, "Oh, you're a Nebraska hater, Austin." They consistently do this to me. I mean, Jackson, you try to convince me and say Mr. Matt Rose got this going under control. Does that look under control to you, good buddy? I'm gonna have a vending session.
But here's the thing, though: you're at freaking Minnesota, so of course you're gonna lose at Minnesota, and Minnesota's another team that's just like figuring out who they are. I mean, it's like they always do this. They lose the power non-conference game. Everybody gets nervous, throws the baby out with the bathwater, but then they're going to find a way to finish 8-4. Watch and see, because that's what's going to happen with Minnesota is, they're going to finish 8-4 once again. I don't know why, but I mean, hell, they look like they could finish 9-3, and it's not because they look like a 9-3 team, but because of the fact, like the schedule afterwards. I mean, I don't think I see them winning at Iowa next week. They're certainly not going to beat Oregon, but Wisconsin is pitiful. Northwestern, although Northwestern's closer to bowl eligibility. Michigan State, I think Jonathan Smith is questioning his life decisions, really. That's what
I think so.
And I mean, as for Nebraska,
This is
they got Northwestern, of course. I don't know if they'll beat. I don't know if they'll beat USC. Like, which version of USC are we getting in that one? Then you gotta go to UCLA.
yeah,
There's no home field advantage. I mean, Penn State. I mean, they
but
just want to just
UCLA.
be done with 2025. And
Real
Iowa.
fast, Jack.
What?
Real fast. UCLA is on a hot roll right now, Jackson. So I know you make fun of their home field advantage, but Mr. Prince Charming and Nico Lamolivo, or Amaliva, as people like to call him, I like to Leva, is on a roll right now. So I'm not even going to chalk that win up for Nebraska right now.
Yeah, like
favor
Nebraska,
UCLA.
UCLA looks like a toss up. I mean, I've got more faith in Nebraska possibly beating USC more than I do UCLA right now.
Yes, that's where I'm
That's
at with
correct.
it. Yes.
But I mean, I do see a good finish for Nebraska for the 2025 season. I mean, I know like 2020, I know like Friday night was a bad night against Minnesota. And you got outran by Darius Taylor.
Yes.
Still though, I think both teams. I think Minnesota finishes the season at 8-4 somehow, and I think Nebraska, they're probably going to go 9-3. I think that's what's going to happen, but we'll know by next Saturday on whether that's going to be true or not. Because Dave is basically saying Nebraska might lose to Northwestern next week, but again, Nebraska's at home. We'll wait and see. I mean, I'm basically not surprised that Nebraska would lose to Minnesota because, like, I felt like this was going to happen in the preseason. Because, like, again,
see, here's the thing.
Dave, you could attest this. Like, Minnesota tends to do this. They tend to bring their A game on a Friday night, especially against the Nebraska. I mean, they lost their non-con game to Cal. I mean, they lost to North Carolina last year. But then, like, after that 2-2 start, I mean, yeah, they lost to Michigan week 5. You had, like, Minnesota Governor Tim Kaine in attendance at the Big House. And then, like, at the fourth quarter, Minnesota stepped up their game. Now, everybody likes to say Minnesota got their game stepping up against USC. But they had their game stepped up from the fourth quarter against Michigan last year to the rest of the 2024 season. I feel like something similar is coming for Minnesota. I feel like they're going to have another 8-4 season and probably end it with another bowl win, like the Duke's Mayo Bowl or another Holiday Bowl. Sorry, Dave. Tim Waltz. Like, I am so sorry. I need to not mix up the names. Yeah, Tim Waltz, Minnesota governor. Tim Kaine's, I think he's the Virginia senator. Thanks.
Here's the thing, Jackson.
This is what happens when you step at 1 a.m., good everyone. You mix up
Here's
names.
the thing, Jackson. Here's the thing with this. Jackson, because I remember you trying to sell me on Nebraska. You were like, Nebraska? I kept telling you, oh, they're mediocrity. And I kept telling you this, Jackson, and you were like, no, good buddy, they're not mediocrity. Matt Rule's different. Jackson, even the voice of college football himself, Mark Rogers, it said last night when he went on the show that Nebraska is mediocrity. Like, listen, Jackson, I tried to believe you. I picked Nebraska. I wanted to have faith, but they do this to you. They look like this in a game where the whole world is watching them. They're ranked. I get it. They went to Minnesota, tough place to play. PJ Fleck likes to roll the boats, all that good stuff. But it's still, if you are who you say you are, you should win this game. Kind of like with Miami. I mean, see, Jackson, I'm going to defer from now on. On any Nebraska game, I'm just going to be neutral. I'm not going to pick them to win or lose. I'm just going to stay right in the middle because this is ridiculous every single time. Go ahead.
All right, let's get to North Carolina, California. I mean, yeah, Utah State, you beat San Jose State. Get out of here.
Jackson's just like shoot. North Carolina Cal, Jackson Cal got it done. When Jackson, poor North Carolina, they can't catch a break, can they? That punch out that was the touchback. Jackson, is North Carolina going to miss a bowl game?
Looks that way to me.
Aye. And yes, we see Skate Rat saying love for Heisman. Yes. He said Belichick is bad luck. I'm calling it. Yeah, I mean, he hasn't shown us anything otherwise. I mean, of course Dave would say this. Read that, Jackson.
Let me see. Bill Belichick still has a hot girlfriend, won't win any games.
I mean, Jackson, North Carolina. I mean, they're in rough shape. I mean, but Cal, Jackson, they're 1 win away from going bowling. I mean, Jackson, I think we owe Cal an apology. They're better than we thought they were. Are they not? I mean, what do you think about this, Jackson? Is Jeff Wilcox stay?
Oh, he's staying. I mean, oh yeah.
I mean, and
I think Bill Belichick.
Unless it is. Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Yeah, I believe that's what's gonna happen. Oh, sorry, I'm just responding to something in the chat. So, like Cal, they're looking pretty good. Like, if he decides he's unhappy at Cal, hell, we'll take him. We'll take him at Bama. You know, when nah, but in all seriousness, maybe LSU could use him.
Oh no, we're gonna get into that here in just a second. I feel like it's gonna be one of them nights. We're gonna get in a BK argument again. But good win for Cal on a Friday night. Good for them. Now let's get to Saturday. Oh, score updates. New Mexico's currently up by 2 over Nevada.
New Mexico.
Oh my gosh, Jackson. Is Oregon State really?
Oh man. Well, no, I think you gotta update score, good buddy. Because I think those games are
let me
already
hit the refresh.
You gotta refresh them.
Hold on, let me hit the old refreshy. It happens. Reload. Here we go. What in the world? Okay, here we go. Here we go. We'll start going down this way. Since I hit the refresh, Ohio State, Jackson got it done against Wisconsin. Any nice words you'd like to say about the Buckeyes' performance?
You beat a pitiful Wisconsin team. I mean, that's what you do. I mean, I think Wisconsin is done. It's over for them.
So, Jackson, are you basically telling me Ohio State needs to shoot?
Huh?
The Ohio State needs to shoot.
Yeah, shoot Ohio State. But we won't shoot at Indiana, Michigan State. Wait,
Jackson?
Steve Hummus, tell us what y'all think about Ohio State shutting out Wisconsin.
He said best defense in football. I mean, hard to argue with that. I mean, they got the most proof in the pudding. I mean, A couple weeks ago, I would have said Penn State might have an argument, but golly, they've gone downhill. And Hummus said a D3 running back went for 522 yards. That's a all division record. I mean,
You're welcome, Hummus. I do my best to keep you updated on certain stuff. But
skate rats like you, Jackson. He's like, Ohio State did what they had to do. What can we say?
well, I have a feeling Brad
mean,
Nessler and Gary Danielson were not happy about covering this game. Like, it nothing against
no,
the game itself, but it's just Wisconsin's like, Luke Fickle's getting fired, but I feel like he's gonna get, like, we know he's gonna get another job. It's just he's in a bad situation, honestly. But Steve is right. Jillian St. is elite. What is up, Randy Anderson? And a Roll Tide Roll. You missed the cigar show on Alabama with the Voice of College Football, but
yes.
I'm not gonna like cigar smoker is fun for Alabama, Tennessee, but we'll get to that in a bit. Indiana just obliterated, annihilated Michigan State.
I mean, Jackson, Indiana didn't let the Oregon win get to their head. It was a good football win. I mean, Jackson, Michigan State. Jonathan Smith. I bet he's thinking like, why did I choose this job? Poor Jonathan Smith. I mean, Michigan State. I mean, Jackson. He started off so good too. That was the thing. Like Michigan State had so much promise. They were 3-0, I believe it was. They looked so good. And I thought, okay, maybe they'll go 6-6, 7-5, and they'll look good doing it. And it's just like, now they're starting to stink it up, and they got Big Brother coming to their backyard next Saturday night.
I'm getting Luke Fickle vibes on Jonathan Smith at Michigan State, I feel like. Because, I mean, it's like the Oregon State situation is so bad, he basically just took any job. He was like, okay, I'm getting out. And I think he rushed too quickly and going to Michigan State. He should have just waited it out for Washington. Just been like, you know what? We're finishing out the rest of the 2023 season at Corvallis. And afterwards, I'm going to see what happens there. And then Washington opens up with Kevin DeBoer leaving for Bama. He goes there. I think that's what should have happened personally. But, you know, what do I know? Texas A&M.
Hold on. I got some things to say. See, Jackson things. See. I mean, gosh, Jackson. Anywho, Indiana good win, but for Michigan State though, Jackson, their defense.
Fernando Mendoza.
Awful.
I'm ready for.
Are you saying Mendoza for Heisman? Is that where you're going?
Honestly, it could come down to Fernando, Ty Simpson, and Diego Pavia.
And Jeremiah Love. I think Love made a good case with his run tonight.
Yeah, I could see that, but my warning to Notre Dame, don't let Pitt kill your dreams, because Pitt will do that to you in their own backyard.
Yes, Pitt is where dreams go to die. I know that all too well from a couple of years.
I'm going to keep
Jackson, don't even say it. I still have nightmares about that night. But you know where a dream didn't go to die, Jackson? Fayetteville, Arkansas. Well, maybe it did.
Dreams never die in Fayetteville, Arkansas. I just think that dreams for Arkansas, they're just pipe dreams. Because you have they call it a pipe dream.
They were never
because you have to smoke you have to smoke too much weed to believe in it in the first place.
Jackson, this was your classic Arkansas Texas A&M shootout. This is what this rivalry has always been. And Jackson, I think part of this was Arkansas's offense is really good, but I also think Texas A&M was looking ahead to next weekend and going to LSU. So, I mean, A&M's still undefeated, Jackson, and they're looking really, 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 really good. But we're gonna see what they can do next week in Baton Rouge. If they can go to Baton Rouge and win, Mike Elko and them boys, woo-wee. I mean, Jackson, what have I always told you about Texas A&M when they hired Mike Elko? What did I tell you? Because
They
it's come to
step it up.
fruition. What
Now
about
I do think that A&M's looking really good, no doubt. I mean, it's honestly, I hope that A&M will beat LSU in Death Valley next week. I really do. But they've not done that since they joined the SEC. That is the next test for Texas A&M. If they can do that, then it's really official that their shit is in order with Mike Elko. That it's really official.
Jackson, because my biggest thing I said about Mike Elko is I could see A&M winning the SEC in 2 or 3 years. And Jackson, and you were like, it's still Texas A&M, good buddy. I think Mike Elko has washed away the Jimbo curse. I think that's gone now.
Well, they beat
Players
LSU.
respect him.
If they beat LSU next Saturday, then that's official right there. Because, like, you want to know the last time they beat LSU in Baton Rouge? 1994, the year to go to the movies. I mean, because I'm just going to tell you, I really would like to see A&M get it done against LSU in Baton Rouge. But it's just, we'll wait and see. We will wait and see what happens. I'm just waiting and seeing. I'm, cautiously optimistic. I'm same way as I am, as I've been with Miami, as I am with Texas A&M. It's just that way. Okay, I think Austin got messed around with for a bit, so we'll kind of wait it out for Austin. So while we because like A&M Arkansas, like this is just another disappointing loss for the Arkansas Razorbacks. And to be quite frank, this is not a good year for Arkansas. I mean, I saw somebody saying today, well, earlier in the day, like Bobby Petrino's 4-0 against Texas A&M. He's so great on the Texas A&M Arkansas game. It's like, yeah, well, whatever. Yeah, but I know. We know. Yeah, he's a real Rockefeller. Okay, he's a real Rockefeller. But his time is up. I mean, he's not going to be Nets head coach of Arkansas. If he is, God rest their souls. Now we're going to wait to cover the big games like Tennessee, Alabama, Ole Miss, Georgia, Texas Tech, Arizona State for Austin. We're going to wait on LSU, Vanderbilt for Austin, like just kind of like reconnect his internet. Because like that Kentucky internet is doing a mess around. I mean, we got some rainy weather over in Alabama right now. I hope there's not a storm going on where he's at. Oregon, my God. They beat the tar out of the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. They beat the tar out of them. I mean, they were so mad about getting beat like that by Indiana that they were just like, good grief. Like, oh my God. That was freaking rough. Like, oh my God.
Had to make a switch. Here we are.
There we go. I told the audience that we were going to wait for you on Alabama, Tennessee, and Ole Miss, Georgia, and LSU, Vandy. And I would just talk about Oregon beating the tar out of Rutgers until you got mad.
Okay, here we go. Jackson, you're in charge now. This is daggum weather here. But, okay, where are we at? I'm here now.
Well, we talked about how pitiful Arkansas is and how they always come up short this season. And like you said, and how impressed we are with Texas A&M. Yeah, and again, I'm just like I want to see A&M beat LSU. I want to see Brian Kelly throw his little hissy fit on the press conference. That's what I want to see him do. I want to see Brian Kelly have that little hissy fit so bad.
Jackson, what is it with you and this BK slander? Why do you always want to see Brian Kelly in a bad mood, good buddy? Why don't you ever want to see him?
He talks too much. That's the thing, though.
Jackson, you should be happy for BK.
All right, man.
But yes, Georgia Ole Miss.
Oh my god! I think he would scare the little kids if he was on Nick Jr.
Oh Lord.
Anyway. The Ole Miss Rebels and Georgia Bulldogs. You want to talk about that game for a little bit?
Yes, real fast. Jackson, Ole Miss cannot beat Georgia in Athens. They just can't do it. For whatever reason, they can't do it. And me and you even said this on Picks and Analysis Wednesday night. We both thought Ole Miss had a shot, but we both knew Lane Kiffin was going to come up short once again in this game. And he did it again. Jackson, I mean, they looked really good. Both teams looked good. Both offenses had their moments, but Georgia just made the stops when it needed to happen, and they figured out Ole Miss. And once again, Lane Kiffin came up short in this game. And now they got Oklahoma next week in Norman, so we'll see how that goes. But here we are. I mean, Jackson, Georgia keeps winning. Like the title says, they keep finding ways, whether it's offensive shootouts, defensive shootouts, blocked field goals, referee debacles, they keep winning. And Jackson, it'd be one thing if they weren't winning and we could rag on them, but they keep winning, so we can't say nothing.
No. And that's the thing, though, is, and get this, they beat the spread by half a point, I believe. Half a point. And that's the thing, though, you're not going to see the Ole Miss Rebels beat Georgia in Athens. They've not done that since 1996. Last time that happened, Hey Arnold first premiered on Nickelodeon. That's the last. And Bill Clinton was running for his second term against Bob Dole in the 1996 presidential election. And 1996 was also the first year we had overtime in the world of college football. But in the meantime, in the present day, the Ole Miss Rebels lose another big one in the world of college football.
Mm-hmm.
They always come up short in the big ones. They always do. And as for the Georgia Bulldogs, they win another big one as they rest up next week for the Florida Gators for the world's largest outdoor cocktail party.
Georgia Jackson, Gunnar Stockton, he's proven a lot of his doubters wrong. He keeps making the plays. Jackson, that's the thing. Just when you think Mr. Stockton's out of it, he's in it. He keeps making throw after throw after throw. Jackson, we need to give Mr. Stockton a little more love. I think he's a really good quarterback, and he's honestly, Jackson, the reason why Georgia's winning a lot of these games, in my opinion. I think he's a big reason why. Whether we want to admit it or not, he's a big reason why. But as for Ole Miss, Jackson, they can't hold their head too much because they got Oklahoma next week, and Georgia gets to rest up. So, but let's talk about your game, good buddy.
That was a huge one there.
Jackson, take your moment to celebrate since you gave me mine. How was that victory cigar? And take it away, good buddy. This is your moment.
Well, I will say, don't smoke cigars every day. Only do it when your team wins in the third Saturday in October. But in all seriousness, though, Xavier Brown, when he returned that pick six, had the second. Oh, here we go. That's okay. There we go. Honestly, it was huge. Another huge victory in Tuscaloosa. We got it done once again. I mean, Ty Simpson stepped up his game. Ryan Williams stepped it up with more big plays. I mean, all those people were saying, are we seeing, a sophomore slump and Ryan Williams? Like, no, it's fine. Relax. Ryan Williams is the same awesome guy that he is. And you saw Daniel Hill making huge plays. Yahtzee Pierre making those sacks, putting a stop to Aguilar. I mean, man, like Aguilar was running for his life quite a few times tonight on Saturday Night Football. No doubt about it. Now, we do have to do better at stopping the run. We do. But we do have to do better at that. But I will say something that I've been more impressed with as the weeks go on is the run game. Now, week 1, we didn't look good on the run game. But week 2, we looked decent. Week 3, decent. Week 5 against Georgia, awesome. 6 against Vandy, awesome. Missouri, and this week against Tennessee, we've been fantastic. And I can't wait to see what the run game is going to be more of it. I can't wait to see more of it when we see South Carolina next week, LSU in week 10. I mean, week 11. And Oklahoma is week 12 and on rivalry week against Auburn. Because I can tell you, we're going to be in for a wild ride. Oh, that would be pretty awesome, honestly, 1-2. BYU, Alabama in the CFP. I think I know who I would have on for Crimson Tide Live that week. I know I know not one but 2 guys for BYU week. So it's like,
yes, you do.
One of them I had on for the Jacksonian this week, and one of them I had on 2 years ago. I'll let you find that throughout my channel. I'll tell you that.
I will say this, Jackson, about this game. This is a lot closer than the score indicated. I mean, Alabama did their thing, but Jackson, the Joey Aguilar pick 6 at the end of the half. Oh my goodness, that flipped this game on its head completely because Tennessee was going in to score. And I thought, okay, they're going to get this touchdown or at least kick a field goal. And it's 16-10 going into break. Maybe 16-14 if they get the score. And I'm thinking, okay, we got ourselves a ball game. Bama gets the ball to begin the third quarter, I believe it was. And then he threw that pick 6, Jackson. Out of all throws he could have made, he made that one. He made that one.
But there's a bright side to that pick 6, man. Sean McDonough throwing out, getting all excited. Sean McDonough getting excited about Xavier.
Oh, okay.
I was like,
I don't think Tennessee fans care about that, Jackson. No offense to your Sean McDonough there. I don't think they care.
None taken. Like Tennessee,
they were probably
they can't get it done in Tuscaloosa, and they still cannot get it done on the road. And that's the thing that
his Bobby Hill ran it.
Tennessee is in panic time for their road to the return trip to the CFP. Because I'm going to tell you right now, they've got Oklahoma on November 1st. They got to really step it up. And guess what else they got to deal with? They got to deal with going to Gainesville for the week before rivalry week against Florida. And I know it's like, well, Florida's not so tough. They're not so tough. But guess what, though? Tennessee has not gotten into, like in Tuscaloosa, where the last time they won against Alabama in Tuscaloosa was in 2003, where it took 5 overtimes. They have not beaten Florida in Gainesville since 2003. That's bad right there. And especially if you see Billy Napier in another win or be fired game, you know what's going to happen. It's going to be Florida winning that one. And then on rivalry week, you got Vanderbilt, Tennessee. Vanderbilt looking pretty good. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm seeing Vanderbilt as a playoff team at this point. We'll see why in a little bit. That is true. A lot of teams can't get it done in Tuscaloosa, no doubt. But this Tennessee team just cannot get it done in Athens. They cannot get it done in Tuscaloosa, but they cannot
Yeah,
get it done in Gainesville as well. Now, if they can't get it done in Gainesville, you're going to see a lot of people kind of going at Tennessee for a little bit.
I mean, here's the thing too, Jackson. I mean, it's very rare that Alabama gets beat at home anyway. So I know you're making fun of Tennessee and you're having fun with them, and you should. Tonight's your night for that. But Jackson, realistically, how many teams can legitimately go to Tuscaloosa and win? Maybe one, and that's Georgia, and maybe Texas.
Not a
I
whole
mean,
lot of people can. That's for sure. Like, nobody's going to expect you to win in Tuscaloosa, but you are going to be expected to win in Gainesville. And can this Tennessee team do that? That's going to be the question there.
Yeah. Well, we're going to find out because Jackson, as you said, they can't seem to get it done in Gainesville. But this is a great win for the Crimson Tide, Jackson. And Jackson, Ryan Williams, this is where I want to see. He had a tremendous showing tonight. This is the Ryan Williams I know and I saw last year that I predicted would be in the finals for the Heisman. This is the Ryan Williams I know will be an NFL wide receiver one on Sundays. This is the Ryan Williams I want to see going forward. I hope whatever mental juju was clogging his brain, hopefully he got that out of his system, and hopefully he's ready to go. As Jackson, he continues to play like this, Bama is going to be dangerous. Texas Tech, Jackson, I told you, Arizona State in the desert. I tried to tell everybody. Jackson, I'm going to say this. Book me a flight to Vegas.
Yeah. I mean, because like, it didn't surprise me, honestly, especially when I was hearing about like Sam Leavitt returning for Arizona State this week. Told me right then and there something was going to happen to Tech.
And we're in a world, Jackson, in the Big 12 where anybody can beat anybody on any given Saturday. I mean, it will not surprise me. Like I said, that's why I thought Arizona State could win this game. Why I picked them. It was in Tempe. And Sam Leavitt was back. And Jordan Tyson, the All-American receiver, he had a humongous part in this game. He made 2 big catches down the stretch. And like 1-2 says, Sam Leavitt proves his value. Yes, Sam Leavitt, he's the guy if Arizona State's going to win the Big 12. They still got that right in front of them if they want it. Oh, if they want to be a playoff team, he's right there. Like, very, very good win. Of course, Oregon beating Rutgers, that's no shock. Shoot.
Yeah, I mean, I already talked about Oregon Rutgers, no worries. But
yes,
LSU Vanderbilt, this is the first time since 1950 that Vanderbilt is 6-1, and this is their first win against LSU since 1990. How about that?
Jackson, I never thought I would say this, but Vanderbilt might win the SEC. I might pick Vandy to win the whole conference. Because Jackson, I'm loving me some Diego Pavia. I mean, Jackson, I picked LSU to win this game. I never thought there was a chance that they could win this game. But Jackson, all that stuff that Diego said.
I think I picked Vanderbilt on Wednesday, right?
Yes, you did. You picked the upset. You picked the upset, and here's the thing.
It wasn't even an upset. That's the thing, though. Like, Vanderbilt was favored in this game. They were 2.5 favorite. That was like the first time, basically ever, they were favored against a top 10 opponent.
Which kind of shocked me, to be honest, that they were favored over top 10 LSU. But now we see why, Jackson. And this whole preseason talk of Diego saying to everyone, "Oh, we're going to win a national championship. You'll see in January. We're going to win a national championship." And people were just like, like, you got to admire the kid's moxie, but that's not going to happen. Jackson, legit, if Vandy keeps winning, Jackson, they might make the playoffs, and they'll be in the field to win the whole thing. Like, could you imagine a world, Jackson, where Vanderbilt wins the national championship? Could you imagine that world? Like, think about that, Jackson. if I tell you in January your 2025-26 national champions are the Vanderbilt Commodores, what's your first thought going to be? What the heck kind of world are we in?
Yeah, I'd be like, wow, things are kind of sinking in. I mean, about the same world that we're in when the Texas Rangers won the 2023 World Series. But DC Scayer says, thank you for shutting up Vandy LSU fans about Kelly. One tweet says, Brian Kelly's a poor man's James Franklin. Kelly got outcoached by his former assistant. Hope Freeman can do the same to him in the playoffs. That is if LSU's even getting to the playoffs. I don't see it. And LSU, I mean, you think you saw Penn State pissed off? Oh, you're going to see LSU pissed off, foaming at the mouth at Brian Kelly, as well as they should. Because I'm telling you, like, Jimbo Fisher vibes in Baton Rouge. And I'm telling you, LSU is going to be really disappointed. And I was like, yeah, this is not a team that is ever going to win an SC title. This is not a team that's ever going to go to the playoffs under Brian Kelly. It is not going to happen. You're not going to see it.
Jackson, I want to sit here and argue with you tonight, but I don't have the energy.
This is the second straight year you've had to eat crow on this, good buddy.
I know, right? I mean, I'm just going to eat the crow. Let's talk about Georgia Tech, dude. Let's move on. Good job.
Right? For the first time since 1966, Georgia Tech is 7-0. That's cool right there. 1966 was the last year of the Bobby Dodd era for Georgia Tech, and their third year as an FBS independent after they left the SEC in 1963. But yeah, I mean, 100% won too. I mean, like Duke always disappoints against top 25 teams under Manny Diaz. That's why I'm kind of like, don't get hyped up too much about Manny Diaz. You're going to be disappointed. You're going to be disappointed. I'm telling you, man, like Penn State is probably hoping they don't get him. They're hoping they go. Because, like, do you know what Penn State getting Manny Diaz would be like? It would be like Nebraska getting Mike Riley. It would not end well.
Here's the thing with Manny Diaz, Jackson. He's a great defensive coordinator, because he was a defensive coordinator at Penn State, for a matter of fact. And that's what his calling card is, Jackson, what he's built his resume off of. He can build a defense. The problem with Duke is, Jackson, is they beat themselves today. I understand you're excited about Georgia Tech, and you should be. Georgia Tech's a good football team. But Duke was going in to score, and then they fumble it, like what happened with Carolina on Friday. And that flipped the game on its head. Because if Duke goes in and scores first, it's 7-0, and we're looking at a whole other ballgame. But because of that fumble, it flipped the momentum back in Georgia Tech's favor. Duke should have won this game. They should have had it, but they let it go. And once again, Jackson, Manny Diaz comes up short in the big game, kind of like Brian Kelly. But, I mean, yes, and like Dave Winston says, you don't score until you score. Exactly. Duke thought they were going in to score, and they didn't score. So, yeah. But good win for Georgia Tech. They're the front runners for the ACC right now. How long that will last, I don't know. But they're playing some really good football. Jackson, I know this had to be a sad, bittersweet night for you, because what could possibly be the final USC Notre Dame game for
it is not
for 2020
final edition.
Are you putting it out in the world,
That's
Jackson?
Negative energy, my guy. I will not let you spread negative energy on the
rivalry
of Notre Dame USC.
We can't sit here and soak in what you can't soak on what will not be, good buddy. You have to focus your energy on something positive that you know, and we don't know about this.
Well, the Notre Dame USC rivalry is the definition of positivity, especially for the world of college football. And we saw a lot of that tonight from Jeremiah Love. We saw that from Price. And I'm just like, we see that from Notre Dame. I mean, they brought that magic. They basically chewed up USC tonight, and it's like, oh man.
See, Jackson, 1-2 says I think Notre Dame really likes losing early and running the table. Not my favorite strategy. Jackson, this is the thing. Why do I get the sense that they're repeating what they did last year? They lose the early game and then they're going to win the rest of the game. Because Jackson, their defense looked pitiful for the first 4 weeks, maybe 5, you could say, of the season. And now their defense looks like, okay, looks competent again. I mean, like, what is this, Jackson? What does Notre Dame want to be? Like, do they want to be a national championship contender or not? Like, what do you want to be, Notre Dame? And I mean, here's the thing, too, Jackson. Did you see the C.J. Carr interception? Did you see that? Mm-hmm. That was a stupid throw. Why would you throw that? Throw the dang ball out of bounds and take your
oh yeah, and I'm going to tell you what's going to happen with this administration, USC. And you may not want to hear this, but if USC getting rid of this rivalry with Notre Dame doesn't do anything for their playoff hopes, guess who's going to be on the hot seat? Not just Lincoln Riley, but Jen Cohen. Because they're going to be like, okay, well, we got rid of this 100-year tradition for you guys. Now deliver. Now deliver on that result. And USC doesn't deliver. They still go 9-3. They still go 8-4. What's going to happen? Because you piss off the world of college football for nothing. You don't even go to the playoffs. Like next season, you're really going to make everybody mad at you. And you're going to be like, wait a minute, we got rid of this game. We got rid of this annual game so that we could get into the playoffs. And we hadn't done a single thing. Oh, we won our easy non-con games, but we can't beat Ohio State. Yeah, we had a great night against Michigan that one year, but you can't beat Oregon. You can't win these big games in conference play. You can't blame that on Notre Dame. Because like people might get mad. I might be unpopular now for saying that, and that's okay. But getting rid of the Notre Dame game is not going to help USC get into the playoffs like everybody thinks it will. And yeah, it's like, and the other night when I was kind of going at Lincoln Riley for avoiding tough games and tough competition, like he did by not going to Florida or LSU when he said, oh, I'm not going anywhere. Oh, I'm not leaving for the SEC, but then he leaves for USC. Guess what happens? He hasn't gotten USC to a single playoff bid. And I don't think he's going to. You thought you saw disappointment with Penn State and James Franklin. Or you're about to see a belt-to-ass disappointment with Lincoln Riley and USC. And that's what's going to happen, my friend. I mean, Lincoln Riley does not like getting his ass beat. And that's just what I think. You think if you just pat in like 4 or 5 cupcakes or whatever, you're going to be good to go. But you're not. I mean, yeah, you had a great week against Michigan. But you didn't have a good night against Notre Dame. Yeah, you won 2022, but you lost 3 straight against Notre Dame. That's a bad look right there. And
I mean,
that's the same crap that Florida pulled in the late 80s with Miami. It's like, well, I mean, the SEC, BS. You got scared getting your ass beat by Miami is what it is. Just say you don't want to get your ass beat. I mean, like that whole thing about, well, we have to travel to Indiana, and that's Notre Dame's fault. How's that Notre Dame's fault? You knew what you were getting into when you joined the Big Ten. You knew what you were getting into. That's not Notre Dame's fault. Be a man, be a grown-ass man, and tell the commissioner, hey, heads up, the week that we got to travel to South Bend, the week before that or the week afterwards, can we have USC Purdue scheduled for the week after, the week before? And that goes for the same thing with USC Indiana. Do that. And same thing like for Notre Dame USC, make it easier on yourself. Like, plan these things. Be a man. Be a man.
But here's the problem, Jackson, and not to go too down from the rabbit hole because we still got plenty of games to talk about.
Yep.
But Gene Cohen and Lincoln Riley don't believe in the value of this game, Jackson. Rivalry games don't have value anymore to a lot of people. Believe it or not, Jackson.
They should.
And listen, I don't want to get on no tangent. I want to give Notre Dame their flowers. They did a great job. Jeremiah Love did a great job tonight, and Price too. Got to give him some credit. And the O-line held up. But Jackson, nobody sees the value in these rivalry games anymore. And if USC could play 4 cupcakes and get away with it, they will do that instead of
I'm at the point where I just don't care whose fault it is. I don't care if it's USC's fault or Notre Dame's fault. I want it to be every year. I want it to be annual, not just for me, but for Notre Dame Nation, for USC Nation, for the whole United States of America.
Here's the thing, Jackson. To real fast, Jackson. Actually, Jackson. USC fans are kind of, most of them are glad that could possibly be going away. It's the Notre Dame fans that want to keep it. That's the thing that's interesting about it. And the reason why
about that, the USC fans, like some of them, don't see the value of getting rid of it, and eventually it's gonna get real split. If USC doesn't make the playoffs, if they don't in 2026, I'm gonna tell you right now, the majority of them being all for getting rid of that Notre Dame game, they're gonna be real pissed at Lincoln Riley and Jen Cohen. They're going to be real pissed at him. That I can personally guarantee. But if they get in the playoffs, they'll be like, that was a smart strategy. Thanks, Jen. Thanks, Lincoln.
And Jackson, but it'll make you sad. But speaking of making people sad, Jackson, poor South Carolina got so much preseason hype and then get absolutely mollywopped by Oklahoma. Aye. You want to say anything about Oklahoma, SC Jackson, SC Junior, some people like to call it, South Carolina?
South Carolina, man, they look bad today, but Oklahoma looked better this week, and we're going to find out whether they're going to go back to doing well next week and the week after, because they got Ole Miss and they got Tennessee. Next 2 weeks, it's going to be a wild ride. If they can win those 2 games, they'll be good. And of course, afterwards, they've got Missouri and they got LSU. Those 2 weeks after Alabama are easier for Oklahoma because I believe they can beat Missouri. And I'm damn sure believe they can beat LSU.
This is true. I mean, good win for Oklahoma. Now, shoot. What's our next game, good buddy?
Well, we've got – that's right. I'm in control of the thing. The Holy War.
Yeah. Yes, the Holy War.
This game is back.
Jackson, you don't have to worry about going away from. They're going to play this game for a bit. So at least you'll get to enjoy the Holy War. Yeah, you're in charge tonight, all of a sudden, Jackson. So you're in controls here. But this is a great win for BYU. Jackson, I got to give it to them. And 1-2 says don't sleep on BYU. I mean, BYU's a really good football team. Their next 3 games, though, Iowa State, Texas Tech, coming up. They've got some tough games on the schedule coming up, and they're all 3 road games. So we're going to find out what this team is made of and what they can do when it counts on the road. But Barry Bachmeyer and company looked good. And Jackson, the Holy War is back and it's in business. This was a very good game.
Here we go. Top-notch victory by the Cougars. Missouri. Oh, my God. Yeah, he freezes.
I can't believe this, Jackson. How did Auburn lose this game? They had it.
Don't pin your hopes on Auburn winning a top 25 game. They blow it all the time. They blow it.
But Jackson, don't we figure you're in the top 25? Auburn likes to play those type games. Hugh Freeze gets his guys ready to play. They suck today. Anywho, I digress.
That's why we say Auburn sucks down here.
Yeah, Washington State, Jackson almost spoiled Virginia's season. But they didn't. Jackson, are we a little too hard on the Cougars of Washington State? Are they better than we think they are? Are we a little too hard on them?
No, I feel like Washington State just comes up short, unfortunately.
But Virginia's surviving. Good for them. They didn't lose to off their bye weeks. So that helps for a while. South Florida getting dominance. Good. Shoot.
You
Jackson,
this game more than you were a few others, I believe, right?
Yes, I was watching this game because I picked Kentucky and I almost had it too, Jackson. I almost had it. I knew this was coming. I was like, I remember you telling me, Jackson, Wednesday night. I said,
Kentucky being Texas, good grief.
You picked Texas, Jackson, but you picked them, I think, by 3 scores. And I was like, no. Because Jackson, this is what Mark Stoops does. He always wins that one game or comes close to winning that one game that he shouldn't. And everyone's like, Kentucky should have been lost by 3 touchdowns. And I'm like, no, they're not. They're going to play Texas tough. They're coming off a rivalry game. And Mark Stoops is going to try to win this to save his job. And they almost did, Jackson. They could have averted that 4th and goal in overtime. Oh, I was so close. Oh, so close. That was my upset of the week. But good win for Texas. Arch company got it done. Jackson, the special teams and defense is what won Texas' game. Arch made a couple clutch throws, but it was the defense and special teams tonight. Texas can thank them for that.
Well, you'll never guess who is the interim coach for UAB today. Alex Morton.
Yes, Alex Morton. And they upset Memphis. Thus, Jackson potentially stopping game day from coming to Memphis next weekend. But
I really don't care where game day is going, but I'm okay with it being in like Baton Rouge, Louisiana at this point. It's like you go wherever you want to go.
Yeah, Filter, good buddy. Filter. Business transaction. Filter.
Yeah, I know. It's like
Cincinnati, Jackson. You want to have some filter on this, or you want to shoo them off?
Oklahoma State. Like they're dead already. Stop it. They're dead already.
Jackson, Michigan getting a big victory over Washington in the Big House.
Oh my God! Like Jordan Marshall stepped up, and
Jackson
another Marshall brother stepped up. Zach Marshall. Like, oh my God!
Now, Jackson
Marshall stepped it up.
I'm gonna get you with this one. You picked Washington. So to all of Jackson's Michigan followers out there, to his Michigan followers, get your man here. Jackson picked against you. I picked Michigan.
I took my medicine on the Michigan show. So it's like no worries.
Okay. But good win for Michigan. Defense stepped up, and Andrew Marsh is coming along. Oh gosh. Boston College is a dung heap.
Why do I feel like they're gonna play like crap against UConn and then bring their A game against Louisville? Like why am I getting that sense?
Jackson, don't be surprised if it's like tied at 27 with 2 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Don't be shocked.
Dude, it's
gonna happen. Jackson, it's gonna happen. It's just the circle of life with Jeff Brom. It's gonna happen. I guarantee it. And I'm gonna be sitting here biting my fingernails off, hoping we don't blow it. Houston, Jackson, Mr. Fritz got it going against Arizona. Good win. TCU, Jackson, what a thriller in the rivalry. But Dave Miranda back on the hot seat again, possibly, maybe.
Yeah, we'll see. But a crazy finish over in New Orleans for Tulane Army. Did you catch that wild touchdown?
Yes,
Whoa! Crap.
that was a crazy. Tulane's making a case for why they should be the Group of 5 champion that represents in the playoffs. But good win. Central Michigan, Dave's Chippewas did good. Shoe. UCF
This
got
was
a win.
hell for West Virginia. I mean, they're beat up by injuries, man. I think they're just like, let's get 2025 over with and build momentum for 2026. I mean, this does not look like a team that will get another win on their schedule, but I feel like somehow they're going to get a win somewhere, and then we're going to see 2026 be a magical turnaround. Because, I mean, this is why I've said I've locked on West Virginia. 2023 Arizona State, god-awful, pitiful season, right? 1 year later, Arizona State's winning the Big 12 in their first year. 2024 Houston, god-awful, pitiful season. Look at Houston this year. Impressive resume so far, 6-1. Who knows if they'll go to the Big 12 title or not? Not saying they will, but I'm saying they could be playing for a shot. I feel like the same thing could be happening in West Virginia, but that's just me. As for Central Florida, top-notch victory for the Golden Knights.
Yes, this is pitiful. Shoot. Toledo won. Good for them. Shoo. Mr. Controls here. Buffalo won. Good for them.
Oh my God, like Buffalo had a crazy. Like, do you know how that happened with Buffalo, Massachusetts?
I don't care, Jackson. Shoot.
Well, usually I'd agree with you, but in this case, I'll make an exception. It was like less than 50 seconds left. Buffalo threw an interception and game over, right? But somebody forgot to tell that to Buffalo because they still had 3 timeouts remaining. Put a stop to them. Let me go ahead and tell you how this happened. Let's give a play-by-play. So interception, right? Game over. 59 seconds. But stop, 3 and out, and then you see a punt, and then you see like Buffalo making a 22-yard drive in 4 plays, 50 yards. I mean, Taquan Robertson making those huge passes to Gathings and McMillan. And then that 16-yard touchdown pass to Taquan Robertson. That was huge in and of itself. I mean, oh my God, like I'm impressed with what Buffalo did today. I mean, we all say no one circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills. Well, in this case, no one circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bulls.
And it's a good win for them. Now shoot. Northwestern, shoe.
SMU is up.
Clemson,
Georgia Tech, and Virginia. And the ACC.
Clemson's a dung heap, Jackson. What the heck? I'm so disappointed. Anywho, shoot.
But impressive win for SMU.
Yes, I'll give it to them, Jackson. They haven't lost in conference play in almost 3 years, I think they said. So good for them. But Clemson is pitiful. They were overhyped and overranked in the preseason.
Well, and Cade Klubnik was hurt, didn't play today.
Yes. Boise State got it done. We both predicted that. Boise State at home. They're a tough team to play. Got it done. Good for them. Coastal Carolina got it done against App State.
See, and about like Boise State, I gotta be honest. Like, I feel like they're gonna win the Mount West in their final year in the Mount West. It's like
I think so too.
And when people were shutting them down after they lost South Florida, it's like, look, you gotta remember one thing: they're still gonna dominate the Mount West in their final year of the Mount West. And they're going to be dominating the Pac-12 or whatever's left of it when they join. I mean, that's what's going to happen. And, I guess the shitter was full for Dan Mullen today.
Good win for Boise, though.
Bob Chesney and James Madison looking good. Somebody needs
Yes.
to hit him up for the job, I swear. I mean,
Yes.
if
Help
you want
Louisville's
to get a
resume.
guy that you know you're going to win big games with, but you're not getting a big name, but you're getting a winner, go the Bob Chesney route.
Jackson, you're going in the weeds tonight. Normally you'd be shooing all this away, and I'd be telling you to whoa, but we're the opposite tonight. I'm over here shooing, and you're like, no.
There's a lot of coaching candidates. There's a lot of coaching candidates. Marshall, 2 overtime win. Temple dominates Charlotte. Ball State dominate Akron. Ohio dominate Northern Illinois. What the hell's happened in Northern Illinois? Okay, another winner be fired game. All we heard was Billy Napier's going to get fired. He's going to get fired. He needs to go. And then Florida wins once again. Why do I get this feeling? Florida is going to win out the rest of the regular season, and then Billy Napier is going to keep his job. That's what I feel like I'm seeing. I mean, they're one loss away from him getting fired, but then it's like, oh, well, we're going to win it out. We're going to win it out, ladies and gents. Because, I mean...
Hey, Jackson, I picked Mississippi State, and I'm kind of glad I did because Florida won. I was like, watch this.
I think I went with Florida on this one, right?
Yes, you did, Jackson. You went Florida.
I
wanted to make sure my Gator magic hadn't run out. If B Bean's here, he was like, shoot, that means Florida's going to win. I did that on purpose. Reverse psychology, as you know, Jackson. No, it's just called Florida is in coach saving mode. Jackson, why do I got a feeling they're going to beat Georgia next weekend?
Not well, week after that.
A week after. Why do I get that feeling? Because they're going to beat Georgia, and then Billy Napier's going to get all the flowers and be like, "Oh, we love you, Billy. We love you."
Well, here's the thing, though. They can't win on the road. That's the thing. They can't win on the road.
It's not on the road, though. It's in Jacksonville.
They got to go to Ole Miss. But their remaining home games are Tennessee and Florida State. Florida State, complete total dog shit. Tennessee, they always win against Tennessee when it's in Gainesville.
That's true. Very true. Very true. But good win.
It's Penn State.
Poor Penn State. Poor Penn State. And I predicted Penn State to win the national championship in the preseason. Oh, that aged like sour.
I mean, I know they felt, but I always just make sure don't pick teams that feel good. It's like thinking with your area. You got to think, don't think with a little head with someone else. You got to think with a big head, not with a little head. Penn State did that with everybody. I didn't fall for it because I was like, they're not going to win it all. They're not even going to win the Big Ten.
Jackson, I bought the They returned all their starters. They brought all their defense back, and they let me down.
In the hype, my guy. Like, don't find the hype so much.
I should have.
Rug, man. Don't like. They say stay away from weed. Stay away from hype on uncertainty.
Yes. Next year, Jackson, I'm going to pick Penn State to win 7 games, and then they'll surprise me. But good win for Iowa, though.
Or always make sure you've got Phil Still magazines on standby.
Yes. Prince Charming, Jackson, Jerry Newhouse, and UCLA playing some really good football. And Jackson, if they win out, they're in the Big Ten title game.
I wouldn't go that far. They're not going to win out. That's not happening.
Jackson, I don't know. You know what they say, Jackson, anything can happen on any given Saturday.
That's not.
Hey, Jackson, we thought Penn State was going to kill them, but guess what? They beat Penn State. Who says they can't beat Indiana? Who says they can't beat Ohio State, Jackson?
Okay, then put money on it.
Oh, Steve is like, he's out. I didn't even know Steve was still here.
Like, then put money on UCLA beating Indiana. Put that money out, man.
You know what, Jackson? Here's what I'll do for you. Here's what I'll do. You know what, Jackson? I'll think about this. I will
Go to bed.
Go to bed, guys. Louisville brought their basketball pom poms to a CFP game for an advantage. Here's what I'll do, Jackson. I will give you $100 super chat if UCLA does not win out the rest of the way.
Okay, you're on.
I'm still going to lose $100 in super chats.
If UCLA wins out, I will send you $100.
If UCLA wins out, you'll do what?
I'll send you $100 your way, good buddy.
Okay, we'll make a profit out of it. If UCLA does not win out, I'll send Jackson $100 in super chat to the Alabama channel. But if I win, Jackson sending it my way. So this is going to get interesting.
There we go.
UCLA, don't let me down. Win out, please, 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 please. But good win, good win. Hawaii, that's pitiful. Oh well, Hawaii's bowl eligible. Good for them. Good for them.
Chang's looking like a great coach, man.
Of course, Syracuse.
Hell out of Syracuse. I mean, stop beating out on Syracuse, everybody. They lost their QB.
New Mexico won. Did Oregon State finally win, Jackson? Let's talk about that real fast. Yeah. Yes, they did. Thank God. Oregon State. And then, of course, our last game of the evening, Jackson, Florida State. Did someone forget to tell Florida State that beating Bama does not define the rest of your season? Did someone forget to tell them that?
Obviously. I mean, Jesus, they still can't win a conference game. Their last conference win was against Cal on September 21st of 2024. Oh, we beat Bama. Like, yeah, shut up. Shut up. You can't even win a conference game.
That's how you know it's late at night, folks.
I mean, we need to have the conversation if it's time to fire Mike Norvell. I mean, you can't do that with your team. You can't just think like your season's all good because you won in week 1. Okay? You don't do that. You don't do that. Oh, I get naughty. Don't you worry. I get naughty. I get naughty, Blake. I yelled shut the fuck up at Florida State on After Dark last season after they beat Cal 14-9.
It's actually early morning, Austin. Well, all right, whatever it is, okay, Steve. Listen, not everybody over there is on Buckeye time.
Last play. Anybody see that last play? That was a wild finish. I mean, that.
Yes.
Like for me,
yes.
I think he was in, but at the same time, oh my God, like Florida State just throwing the towel for
Jackson
already.
But Jackson, you want to know who's not throwing in the towel? And that is Alabama football. That's right. Alabama football did not throw in the towel. They're winning their game.
We didn't do that. We didn't because it was like, I told everybody on Alabama at the Voice College Football week 1, and I even went on Michigan at the Voice College Football for the Michigan New Mexico postgame show. When TJ Ronan himself asked me, "What do you think is how you feel about Kellen DeBoer?" I'm like, I'm still all right with him. He's good in my book. I get that they lost Florida State, but everybody's throwing the baby out with the bathwater after week 1. You don't throw the baby out with the bathwater after week 1, and you damn sure don't throw the cart in before the horse after a week 1 victory. I think it's completely dumb to do that. You don't do that. And we said it all right here on Alabama at the Voice College Football. You heard me say it here when people were down and out, and I was getting numerous text messages, numerous calls. You need to be calling out accountable. You need to be calling him. I was like, no, I don't. No, I don't. Oh, but everybody else did. I don't care what everybody else is doing. I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm sticking by my coach. Now, if he's like grab ass in the secretary, or if he's acting bad, or if the players are acting naughty with cheerleaders when they really shouldn't be at like 2:00 in the morning, and he's not doing anything, then okay. If staff members are like doing stupid things to get out of coaching, then okay. But I stuck by Kalen DeBoer when a lot of people weren't, and it's paying off. It's paying off. All those people saying, it's like, no, it's fine. Yeah, because I mean, and Blake, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think they should fire Josh Heupel. I don't think they should. No, because you got to remember where you were with Jeremy Pruitt. Like, it sucked with Pruitt. Let that feeling get to you for a little bit. Now, I know Heupel can't win on the road, usually. But if you're going to fire Josh Heupel, make sure you've got a plan. Yeah, that's usually my quote from time to time.
Yeah.
You'll learn. Cheerleaders. Yeah, man.
Here's the thing. You'll learn as you watch our show over time. We've got famous quotes. Jackson's is throw the cart in for the horse, the baby with the bathwater. Mine is when I get the Gators, give me the Gators. Or I'll say something along the lines of, I don't have as many as Jackson, but we're very famous quote people around here. But with that being said, though, Jackson, Jeff Brown in Tennessee. Oh, don't you put that out there. Just that I'll block you.
Well,
listen,
what I would be buying with $100?
That's what I always say, Jackson. You and Jeff have to split
that. I don't know. I mean, it's like I would be. I'd figure it out. But yeah, you can check me out on Alabama Boys College Football, where Jeffrey not only talks sports and myself are creating magic over there, or at least we try to, especially on Monday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, where we will be joined by Lucas Hill from South Carolina at the Voice College Football. And Tuesday night on Alabama Primetime Live, I will be joined by Brody Smith from Crimson Coverage once again to discuss the recruiting updates for 2026 and 2027, and even for 2028. And then Thursday night is the Alabama Call-In Show, as Jeffrey and I take your calls on the Crimson Tide. Plus, you can check out the Alabama-Tennessee post-game show, where I had one of these. Yeah, I've smoked one cigar too much, so it's like, no, I'm not messing with that. Yes, Austin does have a channel, as a matter of fact. Let me go ahead and find it. Let me go get it.
Yes. Actually, it's kind of funny. So normally we promote Jackson first, but here's my promotion. You can find me on YouTube at Sports Talk with Austin. You can find me on X's Twitter as well, where I do shorts and hang out here with Jackson on Wednesdays and Saturdays. Well, early Sunday morning now for a lot of people, but we're here throughout the season and so much more. And I do a whole lot of other good stuff as well. And you can also find Jackson on his YouTube channel as well at Jackson Johnson 979, where he's got a lot of good episodes coming, which he will tell you about in just a second. He's almost to
episode 84 with an old friend coming on.
Yes. And he's almost to 1,000 subscribers too, and I'm almost to 100. We're making progress on both ends. But go ahead. Let's get to know what you got cooking, Jackson.
Well, we've got magic on the Jacksonian on Jackson Johnson 979, where I've got some magic episodes, including this week's with Nate Bomber Brown and Wild Ute, where we talked a little bit about the BYU-Utah rivalry, talked about keys to victory for both teams, and we even talked a little bit about Netflix getting involved in the world of college football, because Netflix now realizes they can't sell people with BoJack Horseman anymore. They can't sell people with Maury the Hormone Monster. I mean, because like that's not going to sell people. So what's going to sell people? Notre Dame, USC. And if they will do that, if they will do it like on Thanksgiving Day, if they will put it on LA on Thanksgiving Day in 2026, and then Like, have it on Thanksgiving Day, on rivalry week, on an annual basis. You'll have it. You'll be beating Peacock. You'll be beating.
Here's the thing.
I can personally guarantee. You'll have Disney by the rear.
I get where you're going with that, Jackson. Real fast, I want to interject on that. The NFL, that's their day. Thanksgiving is their day. So that might.
Thanksgiving is also a college football day. That's the thing, though.
Yeah, but normally Jackson Roger Goodell won't take kindly to that disrespect. Just so you know.
He's gonna be like, how Roger Goodell's a dumbass.
He's like, oh, you want to counter program in Notre Dame USC? Okay, we'll have the Cowboys play the Eagles on Thanksgiving. Oh, we'll have Detroit play Green Bay, and then the nightcap we'll have the Chiefs and we'll have the Chiefs.
Here's the thing, though. The Lions are always playing on Thanksgiving. The Cowboys are always playing on Thanksgiving. They don't usually play on nighttime at Thanksgiving. They always have some random two teams playing on Thursday night. So
you just better hope it's not Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson that night, Jackson. Because
I don't care. I don't care.
You might lose the Ravens war or Josh Allen.
I will flip between the NFL game and the college game. I will do that. I will do that. I don't care. Put Notre Dame USC on Thanksgiving Netflix. Make this right. And some of those people that want to boycott Netflix, here's what I say. If Notre Dame USC is on rivalry week every year, will that sell you to Netflix? I mean, it sells me to Netflix. But for more updates on what I've got going on Alabama with the Voice of College Football, the Jacksonian, my appearances on Lockdown West Virginia with Mountaineer Paul on Jackson's World of College Football, and my once, twice week calls on the Paul Feinbaum Show, however long that's going to last. Check them out on Jacksonville CFB on @/Twitter and on Instagram with Jats5433908, where I've got magic on there as well. And of course, that is where you will hear me hollering for Notre Dame USC to be annual. And you'll also be hearing me calling for that on Jackson Johnson 97 Blue Sky Social on Blue Sky, where some say the skies are blue, the skies are gray, the skies are okay. I say,
but Jackson, week 8's in the books. We're halfway through the year, and it's on to week 9. And we will be back Wednesday night, of course, live right here at 11:15 Eastern, 10:15 Central. We'll be back here to make our week 9 picks and so much more. But Jackson, it's hard to believe, but we're almost a conference championship week. Almost. We still got a lot of football left. Almost. But with that being said, though, Jackson, you know what time it is. Hit our
like I'm Scott Cook on that fish, but no video whatsoever, and we'll be seeing y'all soon. Good night, everybody, or have a good morning, everybody.